We welcome you into episode number 18 of the No Stop Podcast. I'm Chris Duffy, joined by Jarius Colson and Joseph Reverso. And where do I even start with congratulating teams? The Rangers, congratulations for having the best season last year, just to miss the playoffs because the team just like went up and down way too much. And Peter, I know you're watching the Stadium Series game between the Rangers and Islanders to get rid of some of that pain, but like how do you first team in NHL history to be that bad? To go
You know,
from that to that. It's like falling off a cliff. That's like 1,000 stories tall, 1,000 feet tall, bro. Like,
President's Trophy to miss playoffs.
yeah. And not just that, we're also gonna congratulate the Dodgers for getting shut out 16-0 against the Cubs.
But dude, Cubs are insane. Yay.
And we're also going to congratulate the Yankees, who have since fell a little bit off since that Brewers series. So was that Brewers series a little bit of a fluke?
Yeah. It's literally all the pitching. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I
just I
mean,
think
I mean, Aaron
and
Boone, I'm sorry,
Rodon.
but Aaron Boone, I'm sorry. You're gonna leave Carlos Rodon in there after he gives up not one but two home runs. Like if he gives up one home run, then there's some angst to get him out of the game. But then after two home runs, you're still gonna leave him in there for another pitch, another hitter or two. Come on, Aaron
Our
Boone.
our hitting's fine, but like, do you notice
Yeah.
how every time Carlos Rodon pitches, it's always one bad pitch,
Yep.
one
And
home
there
run
goes the
given
game.
up.
Yep.
Like everyone's trying to defend him. Well, maybe don't throw one bad pitch every single time you
Yep.
pitch. Like he always allows like a huge home run. He always starts off the game doing so well, and then all of a sudden just allows like a huge home run.
Hanging
Every single
curveball.
Carlos Rodon start.
Hanging curveball.
It's just like the pitching is our only problem.
I
But
mean, yeah,
it's early in the season though.
Max Fried. I mean, he's literally the
Our
only guy on
only
the
good
Yankees
pitcher.
who has under a 2 ERA in the pitching
Mhm.
rotation. I think yeah, I think I saw he had like a. I could be wrong. I think I saw something that had 1 point. It was like a 1.5. Like
Yeah,
it was a one
1.56.
point something six. I'm don't remember the third digit. The tenth place in the decimal. I forget which number that was, but I think,
Okay.
but every other pitcher, I mean, bad. I mean, I wouldn't say bad, but you don't like to see double digits or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, not good. But in happy news, the Knicks, the
The
Knicks
playoffs are
got
coming.
the Knicks actually had a better season than last year by
Hey,
one game.
50,
They
Yeah.
won
50
51
plus,
games.
50 plus one season. We're a
But
legit
you
team.
know what? And I have to say though, I mean, yes, they won today, but I liked the ball movement today. I liked the defense.
Yeah.
I liked everything. And Landry Shamet, hello. Like, are we gonna
29
talk
points.
about his 3-point shooting today? Like,
Yeah.
my goodness. Uh, Coach Tom Thibodeau definitely did that on purpose. I mean, look how Bridges 6 seconds. Congratulations, 82 games.
We
Again,
played Brooklyn though.
that is
Imagine
true.
a
That
team that rests all their players and has all their bench players play
is
because
true
it's the
though.
82nd game. Brooklyn is a team full of those players.
G
So
League players.
so there's nothing to be happy
They
about.
have Drew Timmy who went undrafted.
I mean, Cam
Uh,
Johnson.
uh,
Remember watching him at Gonzaga. He was a beast.
yeah, but I mean, I liked what coach was doing there though because he was also sort of probably figuring out what the rotation off the bench is
Exactly.
gonna be.
Yep.
And Landry Shamet, I think, is a lock. Landry
Yeah. I
Shamet's
mean,
a
Yeah,
lock.
Landry Shamet is definitely a key role
Deuce.
player, key shooter.
Yeah, dude, seeing how the ball moved today, seeing
Yep.
that we can actually get shots up and create shots for guys such like Landry Shamet and Deuce, you know, that may be our bench unit for the playoffs.
Yep.
Seeing that they can put up like legitimate baskets.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know, sky's the limit, hopefully.
Yeah.
If
Hopefully, I mean,
Tibbs ends up playing like six guys a game,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
probably
dude,
what's gonna happen.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
not enjoy
He might
that.
as well
Ladies
get
and
fired.
gentlemen, you guys are going to see the biggest No Stop podcast crash out if the Knicks not only get swept, but if
Don't say
these
that.
play.
Don't say
Oh,
that.
okay.
Don't say
Sorry. We're going to have the biggest crash out here if coach plays only 6 to 7 players
Yeah.
on the team, and if they get booted in the first round against the Pistons. Tibbs is going to be gone.
a group chat.
Yeah,
Leon
he's
Rose, I
done.
mean, there's been conversations that Leon Rose may be gone because he basically threw everything away to get not OG, Macau and Cat.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
And
There's actually rumors?
I mean,
I
I
thought
I don't
it's
think
not that I
maybe
Leon
don't
Rose.
not
want him
maybe
to
I
not
don't think
Leon
stay. I
Rose,
didn't
but
know there were actually rumors.
definitely coach. Maybe
Yeah,
not Leon Rose, but definitely coach.
Thibodeau's done. If that happens.
Yeah, and especially if there were two pretty, I would say pretty good coaches that just got fired, you know. One that just won a chip 2 years ago, and another one that basically put the Grizzlies back into relevance.
Yeah, you know
So,
what's crazy?
come
I
on.
can see Taylor Brooks being a New York head coach. Like I can see
Coach,
it.
I can see. Maybe.
Like I feel like he's
Yeah.
gonna call the Grizzlies a somewhat young team. He's led them to the playoffs multiple seasons.
I mean, I'd rather have
I
Michael
The
Malone.
Grizzlies,
oh yeah, of course.
the
I'd rather have
Grizzlies have
Michael
a bunch
Malone.
of young guys like who get good
Yeah.
minutes. Like
But
the
I
Grizzlies
Exactly.
go
but
deep with their lineup.
I'd
Exactly.
rather have Michael Malone, me personally, just because he
Yeah.
has that playoff uh, resume. He's won the
Championship resume.
NBA Finals. When has Coach Thibodeau won an NBA Finals game? I'll wait.
He hasn't, but
When has he
Exactly,
made
and you
it
know
to the
why that is?
finals?
Because he's playing his players 40 plus minutes a night.
right. I mean, but that's
Congrats,
been a problem.
Thibodeau, to bringing us to
That's been a
glory in
problem. That's been a
2021, but your coaching does not fit our play
Yeah,
style.
Yeah, that's been a problem with him going back to the D Rose era when he coached the Bulls.
yep.
But it's
Derrick
like
Rose ACL tear.
exactly. But I don't know. I feel like, dude, we're right there. I
Yeah,
feel like
exactly. I mean.
we're just right there.
But that's going to bring up my next point. Well, I guess question for all of us is who is going to be that X factor for the Knicks though in the postseason?
First round, I'm saying campaign because we saw what campaign did to us that first round in Philly.
Yep.
That's why we signed him. We went to a
Hmm.
gritty game 6 series with Philly. And campaign coming off the bench for Philly, dog, he was a torture. Like he
Yeah.
just dude, he proved that in the regular season he could be a reliable uh sharpshooter off the bench,
Yeah.
create shots for
Perpendicular shot.
perpendicular
Perpendicular
sharp.
shot.
But yeah, dude, I feel like he's gonna be that X factor for us. I mean, at
Yeah.
least in the first round.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think campaign like he definitely lights it up in the playoffs. He's definitely a better playoff player than the regular season. He's shown that.
yeah,
It's got to be Mitch though,
Yep.
and
yep.
Yep.
I have been glazing him lately.
Yeah.
We
You know what?
lost.
You don't have to glaze him. I mean, did you
Yeah.
see how great defense we were playing once Mitch got back?
That's
Like it went
true.
from like mid to top five, I think it
We
was.
we lost 2 games to Detroit without Mitch, and then the game he came back, we just choked,
Yeah,
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 and we just shot bad. It's really a game we could have won,
yeah,
and
and that's why.
he's just that X factor on defense. Like he's a game changer. He'll be able to guard Jalen Duren, their second best
Yeah,
player. He'll be a presence when Cade Cunningham tries to
yeah,
make plays and like dish the ball and try to, drive and stuff. Like he'll
yeah.
definitely be a presence.
yeah. No,
Without him, it's a series we could possibly lose.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even just gonna say it's a series that we could possibly lose without him, but as of late, the Knicks have been choking.
Yeah.
They've been
All,
having they
all
had
their last
what
three
a
losses
26
are all
point lead.
chokes.
They had a 26-point lead against the Celtics, and then they lost by what 10 or something. Like
Yeah.
if that's happening against the Pistons,
Yeah, dude, if that's happening
no.
against teams that are in
So
Any
long, all the coaching staff pretty
dude,
much.
if that's happening in the playoffs against teams that, are like full-fledged, have their all their
Yeah,
stars ready to go, and
yeah,
we're choking in games in the regular season with like
yeah,
teams that only have like one of their stars playing, we're gonna get belt in the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why I think for me, my X factor is a guy that just had a I think it was a career high, pretty sure. Almost no, almost tied his career high today. That's Landry Shamet. I'm saying Landry Shamet just because he just has a different presence, I feel like. He can run the offense a little bit. He can prove to be a sharpshooter. He can facilitate in the paint. He can do everything. I mean, he's basically okay. He's
He's
basically
also a
like
vet.
Dante
I
DiVincenzo.
was just gonna say that.
He's
Yeah,
I was just
basically
gonna
like
say
Dante
that.
DiVincenzo. Either that,
we still need Dante back though.
either it's Landry Shamet or it's somebody who we all we're not really a fan of because we got rid of a big man who we sort of needed, and that's DeLon Wright. I had low expectations for DeLon Wright, and my
Listen,
Bro,
goodness,
I have a
I'm
feeling he's
still
not even gonna play in the playoffs.
he
I don't
definitely
even
gonna,
care. I don't even.
uh,
He should
He
play,
should,
but I
but
don't care if he doesn't play.
he should make his way up in the rotation.
Just having
um,
his presence there is gonna
dude,
make a
it's
difference.
hard.
But I don't know if he's gonna play because he's our
Bro,
like point guard three.
that's what I'm saying. If you think
Yeah.
about it, I feel like Tibbs is definitely gonna run a seven man only because our guard rotation. Think about it. JB, you have Deuce, Kolek, Campaign, DeLon Wright, Shamit. Well, there are six guards,
Yeah.
that you can interchange between the one and two. But at the same time, it's like all those guys can't end up getting minutes in the playoffs because that just can't happen. We're gonna
Tibbs
be
has to
small.
go at least 90.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Payne,
wondering?
Shamit, Precious, and Mitch.
You know what I'm wondering
At least.
is
can't,
that
yeah.
if Tibbs changes up the rotation
And Deuce,
almost completely
And Deuce.
because you know who's been a part of that choking in the fourth quarter? Mikal Bridges. I
yeah.
feel like he should be off the bench. I feel like he should be the sixth man.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
a
that's an interesting take.
Jalen Brunson, point guard. Maybe Deuce, two guard, because he has good perimeter defense. Josh Hart, Cat, and Mitch. Oh,
So you're
wait.
saying
Maybe
OG
no,
should
no,
come
no,
off the
no, no,
bench
no, no,
too?
no, 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 no. Give me a
And who's
second.
backing up? Who's backing the bench?
Deuce is not in the starting lineup. Move, I guess
Brunson,
you can move
Hart, OG,
Brunson
Cat,
Hart,
and
OG
Mitch.
Cat, Mitch. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was
uh,
saying like because the
Yeah.
Timberwolves last year they ran Cat and Rudy, so why can't we
that,
run
thank you.
Cat and
Dude,
Mitch?
the only problem with that is we're solely relying on Precious to be our big man off the bench. Like,
That is
who else
true.
are we gonna run with Precious
Say
off the
Tibbs
bench?
subs out Mitch early.
Yeah.
We'd still have Cat.
Yep.
Dude,
I
we're
mean,
just
But
so
that's
thin.
definitely not
we'll
going to happen
see.
though.
And that's
Yeah,
why, like, this is gonna kick us in the ass. I'm sorry. It's
it
gonna
is.
really
No, it
because
definitely is.
you know what we didn't do at the trade deadline? We
Trade
didn't
for
get a damn
Bam.
player. We
We should
got
have got a
DeLon
center
Wright.
that's good at defense and
That's what I'm
rebounding and just
saying.
build
Thank
around Brunson with a
you.
bunch of perimeter
Thank
defenders.
you.
Or what Tibbs is
Thank you.
probably gonna do.
That was a
So
terrible move trading for Towns.
we've
I'm
we've
sorry.
seen this
With how
before.
outstanding he is on offense.
I could see Tibbs running PJ Tucker at the center. We've seen that before. We've seen that before.
Okay. You know what? You know what? He
We've seen
did
that
run it
before.
today. He
That's what
ran
I'm
center
saying.
today.
He ran center today, and didn't he run it in
He ran,
Houston?
that's in
Maybe
Houston,
He did
and
run it in
he
Houston.
That's what I'm
also
saying. He
ran
ran it
it
in
in.
Houston.
I think he also ran it a little bit in Miami and
Exactly.
Milwaukee
That's
and
what,
the Clippers.
dude. Tibbs is that type of guy,
I don't
dog.
know. I
But
don't know.
That
ugh.
dude. He's gonna run our best players to the
I
ground.
don't
We're gonna go to
know.
six with the Pistons
I
in a
don't
grueling
know.
series.
No, here's what I'm not. I don't know for sure because I don't think he's gonna play center. I think Precious is gonna be center. He's gonna play power forward, and that's gonna be. I would
Precious
say
is a small
Tibbs
center.
should make that move with like 3 minutes to go in the first half, second quarter,
Yeah.
because then you get ready for the second half with almost all of your guys on the bench, like your key players. But I mean, Tibbs has been in this league for a minute, so it's like if he screws up,
There's no
it's
excuse.
gonna be scary hours real soon. It's gonna get late
Oh yeah,
real
it
quick for
definitely
the
is.
Knicks.
No excuse not to win at least 57 to
Yeah.
58 games with this team.
Oh, and by
Yeah.
the way, going back to how the Knicks could have gotten a center at the trade deadline, there were guys like Jonas Valanciunas. There were guys like Goga Bitadze.
We would have
There
had to
were there
pay.
were like multiple centers,
Yeah,
key
we would
centers.
have had to
And
pay a
what
lot
did
for
the Knicks
them.
do? Oh, we're gonna get rid of Jericho Sims for DeLon Wright.
We should have just signed a
We should have just kept
interior defender
Sims.
center
Thank you. We
free
should have kept
agency.
Sims
Should have just kept
because
Sims.
you know why? Because Mitchell Robinson was out
Exactly.
way later than they thought he would be. So
And
if they had Sims, it would have been a Cat and Sims rotation, and
right, and
then
say we
Precious
do,
wouldn't
and
have to
say
play
we
that
do have
much.
Mitch starting. Precious is only 6'8", right?
Yeah,
He's a small ball center. He's gonna
yeah,
get dominated by
yeah.
Yeah.
By Jalen
Duran,
Duran, which is why it's like that.
Mobley, Allen.
Which is
That's
why
why
Precious may
I'm
not even play in
saying
the playoffs.
that Tibbs is gonna have to change up the front court. It's gonna have to be Cat and Mitch because they're gonna have to run through. Well, maybe not for the Pistons, but they're gonna have to run through Mobley and Allen. And having just
Right.
Cat locking down the paint, OG's gonna get babied like he did against the Pacers last year. He's gonna get
If we do
babied.
somehow make the conference finals and play against Cleveland, that's what's gonna have to happen.
Or it's gonna be the Celtics, and we're gonna play cat and drop coverage
And we're
for
gonna get
Kristaps
dog
Porzingis to
walked.
light it up from three.
Dude, I don't know why. I feel confident against the Cavs. Once we beat the Pistons, I feel confident against the Cavs only because Mitchell does have that nagging ankle injury, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. Um, so seeing his availability is like throughout the playoffs, maybe you never know, dude. Any opening that we can get
yeah.
it's something.
But
We
you
So
know
have
who's
to
gonna
hope
have to
the
turn it
Magic
up?
beats Boston.
No, you know who's gonna have to turn it up though? I mean, I don't think he's yet 100%, but Jalen Brunson's been kind of
yeah.
missing a little bit
Yeah,
in the
but
fourth quarter.
Brunson's burner in the playoffs is a different breed.
I
Yeah.
mean, I hope so. I mean, I hope we get like 6 or 7 40 plus point games
This
from
Yeah.
Knicks
him.
Pistons series could be like Philly in last
Oh
year.
yeah, for sure.
Yep, yep,
Except just less hype because it's Detroit, not
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
yep.
No,
I
it's
mean, but
gonna be high.
Detroit, I mean, you know what? You gotta congratulate
It'll be
Detroit.
a
How
fun
many how,
series.
how many wins did Detroit have
They
last year?
tripled their win total,
They tripled their
Exactly.
win total.
quadrupled.
Yep, yep,
It's
exactly.
never
So
happened
it's
before.
so it's like JB yeah, it is JB Bickerstaff. If he
Yeah.
doesn't win Coach of the Year, it's probably gonna be Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be
Yeah.
JB Bickerstaff because look at what he did to that team in 1 year. That's Coach of the Year stuff.
And the only changes they made was like, what, getting
Nothing.
Tobias
They got
Harris,
Tobias Harris and they drafted who was it?
Ron Holland.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean
So
they did absolutely
barely
nothing. I
any
mean
changes.
Yeah.
they just had a good team and Monty Williams I thought that he would be able to do well after his tenure with the Suns, but
I mean,
Yeah,
now where is Monty Williams? Is he even in the league anymore?
I
Like
don't think so.
I don't know.
but
No, I think he
but
is.
you know what? I've been
He could
saying
get
it.
a job somewhere else.
I've been kind of a Pistons supporter. I said it last year and I said it the year before. I said it's going to take maybe 1 or 2 years for this team to become competitive in the East, and look what's happening.
Yeah.
Look is what happened. What's happening?
And there's
So
going to be more teams in the East rising up. There's going to be a
yep,
lot of young teams like in a couple
Mhm.
years. They just need a couple years to
yep.
to
I
get
mean
back.
Orlando was one of those teams, but then
They regressed
injuries.
this year.
Paulo
But
got
then
hurt. Paulo got
injuries.
hurt.
Yeah,
Paolo got
Powell was
hurt,
hurt.
and then they
Franz was
couldn't do
hurt for like
anything.
a couple months.
Yep.
Franz Wagner is gonna be.
Yeah.
I can see him making his way as best forward in the East in the next 3 years.
Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna say
That's not a horrible
I'm
take
not even
at
gonna
all.
say that's a hot take.
This
It's
dude
not.
is
He
like this
he's a
dude is insane.
bucket.
He's an
You know
absolute.
what? Not only is he probably gonna be the best forward in the East, I think he may be the best white NBA player in the East.
Think you're forgetting about Tyler Kolek, but
Yeah, oh,
I'll
hey,
overlook
okay. You know
that.
what? You know what? If Tibbs plays him, then maybe, but he's not playing him. But what about the other teams? What about the other teams? Not just the Knicks. What about the other playoff teams?
No,
Well,
today was a great day for NBA basketball.
I
yeah.
mean,
The
how
Magic
could
are
it drop
actually two
40?
and one against the Celtics this year. Well, the last game they played, the Celtics didn't start anyone, so really 1-1. I mean, if
Yeah.
everyone's healthy for Orlando, they
Oh,
could
wait, I
give them
just
trouble.
realized. You know who may be hurt for the playoffs?
Who?
Ooh,
Jalen Brown.
He should be back,
he
but
should be back.
I'm just
for
saying,
the first
like,
round,
I'm just saying that,
definitely for
like,
the
he's
second
not
round.
gonna be 100%, and he's already not 100% because he can't go left. Um, so
Bro,
it's, but
You know who I'm like absolutely. Kind of feel bad for the Bucks.
yeah,
It's like
yep,
they don't have Dame.
losing
yeah,
They're
Dame,
kind of thin right now.
and they
yeah.
lost Giannis last year.
Yeah. So they're pretty much cooked. Kyle Kuzma's gonna have to have a
I
legacy
mean,
series.
but here's my thought process, not just on the East, but on the West, is that I feel like there's gonna be a lot of upsets.
Mhm.
I just have a feeling that this playoffs are gonna have some upsets.
Listen,
Like
thing about the West is I don't know if you can consider any series an upset or not.
really?
Yeah, because
You,
it's
you
I
like
really
mean,
everything
can't.
yeah.
is swings in.
I
Like
guess that's true.
Warriors
I
over
mean,
Rockets would not be an upset.
It
Because
is
Duffy,
that
here's the thing.
close.
Everything from the
Yeah.
3 to the 8 seed within 2 games.
Yep. Yep.
So it's
Yeah. I
like,
know. I realized that as soon as I said that. I know the West is like the NFC East of NBA basketball. It's like the most competitive.
NFC North.
It's like the most competitive.
Yep.
conference
Or the AFC North.
ever because like
Yeah.
it's been like this pretty much since we've probably been basketball fans. It's like the top 4 or 5 seeds are like half game behind each other. Half game, 1 game, 1.5. It's like it comes down to the last week of basketball, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it determines if you make the playoffs or not, and
For the
that's
last decade, the West has been
it's
dominating.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's insane
absolutely.
though.
You know what I just realized? The Pacers could definitely beat the Cavs in the second round if they can get past Milwaukee.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not a crazy take, but
Because if you look at the
it'd be
matchups
hard.
this season,
It'd be real hard.
Pacers
Yeah,
beat them what, like twice or three times?
Yeah.
I'm trying
Um,
to look up the schedule
Possibility.
for the playoffs
Yeah.
because I know that they have the like the play-in tournament, so I think we
yeah.
could real quick like go over some predictions.
I
Except I
think
don't
the plans should
the
be pretty good.
play-in should be
Yeah,
released. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm
playing should be
that's
good. Even in the
play
East,
yeah.
Bulls and Hawks never making it out.
Yeah, I mean Hawk this is so ooh, I'm bugging. In 2 days, it's the Hawks versus Magic.
Magic. We got Magic.
What else is there?
That's 7-8, right? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the 7-8 seed.
And then I believe it's Bulls and Heat.
And then
Bulls
it's
Heat.
Bulls and Heat. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
The
That's gonna be a close
Bulls,
game.
I could see the Bulls winning that
Because
one.
right
Yeah.
now, Kobe White, I have no idea where the hell he got this from, but like this season, he looked like an all NBA caliber player.
It's been a roller coaster of a year for Miami,
Dude,
but
Josh Giddey.
they just
Josh
don't
Giddey
have
has
like
been
the
a
star
triple
power
double
to do it.
machine, dog.
Yeah, I mean, and also, you know who the Heat don't have
Bulls win in a
anymore?
close one.
You know who the Heat don't have anymore? Playoff Jimmy.
Yep.
They don't have playoff Jimmy
Bro, the
anymore.
Warriors are actually going to be so fun to watch. That's why I didn't want them playing against the Lakers. I've said this many times. I want the Lakers and Warriors, even the Clippers to go far. And like if the Warriors get to a 7 seed, they can definitely beat Houston.
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, for
They
sure.
go
Yeah.
face the Lakers.
And
I feel bad for
And
also
that's
Houston
not an
fans.
upset either.
I feel
on
bad for Houston fans.
On Tuesday,
Mhm.
and this is exactly what you're talking about. In 2 days, Grizzlies versus Warriors
Oh, that's gonna be
in the
fire.
play-in.
It's
There's
gonna be a
nothing to
fire
lose if you're
matchup.
Houston though.
Yeah. Oh, what else is there? Friday is like the game, like the last
Kings
games or
Mavericks
whatever.
is also
And
that'll be
yeah,
good.
it looks like they don't really have the I guess the schedule's coming out later than they anticipated because today's when the NBA playoff schedule was supposed to be released, but it hasn't been released.
I hope the
So,
Warriors are a 7 seed and the Grizzlies 8 seed. I don't want them playing the Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say though, like the play-in tournament, like what is this, year 5 of the play-in tournament? How are we feeling about
Yeah.
it? How are we
Dude,
feeling about like
I
the
like
whole
it. I'm not
thing?
gonna lie.
I think it
It
was a
like
good addition to the game. Makes
it makes
the
it
end of
yeah.
the season more
Yeah.
competitive.
It yeah, for sure.
And
It makes it feel like
yeah.
it's a longer season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like kind of puts a little bit of a twist on it. It's like March
Yeah.
Madness a little bit and NBA combined.
Yeah.
Now, it would be way better if it was like March Madness and it was win or go home every round and not just 7 game series, but that's just my take because like people are gonna get fatigued and stuff, and it's like even the favorites are gonna drop. Like the Mavericks, I bet you nobody had them in the NBA Finals last year.
hmm
Yeah.
So, and they made it, and
Wait,
they got swept or whatever, and they
because
looked terrible or gentlemen swept.
the trend that I'm kind of looking at right now for the West, um, is if you think about it, well, excluding the Thunder, every team in the playoffs slash play-ins has a top two, like a
Yep,
certified duo
yep.
that can get you buckets.
I mean, so is the East a little
The
bit.
West is stacked, bro.
The West,
East has some big threes. The West
yeah,
has some
East.
big threes.
I
The
feel like
West
the
has
East,
like superstars.
yeah,
Yeah.
The West has all superstars.
the West
The
has
only
all
superstar in
superstars.
the East is Giannis. Tatum
Hmm.
is not a superstar.
Wow. Wow.
That's.
Joey.
What about Embiid? Is Embiid
Joey.
not a superstar?
If he can stay
No.
healthy,
Yeah. No,
Joey.
If he's healthy, Embiid is.
Joey,
we're not adding
I'm
Embiid.
sorry, but that kind of hurts me
Why?
because you used to be the biggest like bandwagon of Villanova, and you don't say that Jalen Brunson's a superstar in the East.
Jalen Brunson
He was a
is
super. He was definitely a superstar last year, but yeah, I mean, you can consider him a superstar. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like
no,
He's
he's
not.
like
He's
he's
better
like
than a
an
star.
yeah,
Like
he's
he's
better
in
than a
between a
star,
star
but
and
he's
superstar.
like he's like between an all-star and a superstar
I
is
don't
what I
even
would
know
say.
where to
I don't
put
know. I
him.
think it's kind of messed up to not call Tatum a superstar.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, does he think he's like the best player of all time? Yes, but there's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna be he's a top player in the NBA. I mean,
He's definitely first team All NBA caliber. But
yeah,
if you think about it, like the only because well, actually, what made me say that is because if you look at Jokic, Shea, and Giannis, they're kind of
yeah,
like all in a tier in their own. And then
yeah.
Yeah, you could add Luka to
maybe you
that.
can consider Tatum a superstar, but they're not in the same tier as.
Luca. Oh, that actually
Oh yeah, and
brings me
Luca is
up.
a superstar
Yeah.
too.
Luca, I feel should be MVP this year.
He
Oh,
missed too many games. He missed too many
yeah, I don't
games.
like
He
that
missed too
take.
many games.
Being traded mid-season.
He's not
Okay,
even eligible.
I
right.
mean,
That's
that
what I'm
is
saying.
true, but like if he were eligible, I feel like he would have won MVP. And here's why.
He would have been up there.
He was really good with the Mavericks. He gets traded, and then he slumps. He has the worst shooting of his career,
Yeah.
worst points of his career, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, he's averaging 30 points. Like that's MVP type stuff. Like being able to show that resilience. It doesn't matter how good you are. It matters how you can get through resilience, how you can be
How
the most
valuable you are.
valuable player. Because if you're going from shooting awful, I think he was shooting 22% from three to shooting nearly 35, 36, 37% from three, like
Yeah.
MVP.
Listen, I mean, dude, imagine if a player who got traded mid-season wins MVP. You know how crazy that'd be?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever
Crazier than a low
happened.
taper
Yeah.
fade meme.
But it's at
Bro,
the same time.
shut up, bro.
All
Shut
right,
up.
you know what? It's not massive anymore.
Yeah. All right. That's enough. That's enough, though.
But Jalen Brunson would have definitely been a superstar if we didn't trade for Cat. I still think we should have, because we traded Cat after McCall. We could have traded Randall to get some picks back.
Yeah,
Kept Dante, kept iHeart.
yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
not.
I heard. I
Maybe
think
not keep
no,
iHeart, but
no. I don't remember what
just
it
get another
was,
good center that like is good on defense, and
but
then it would have
I
just been
heard had
Brunson. He
this
would have been a
thing with
superstar.
his.
It
I
would have
heard
been
had
amazing.
this
Yeah.
thing with his
Yeah.
contract. I don't remember
Yeah.
what it was, but it was
He
like
took a pay cut.
they couldn't really take him back
Right.
though.
Dude, with the amount of money that we paid OG, it just would
Yeah,
never work out.
that's another thing
Because
too.
because like having OG for half a season and then letting bro go in free agency
Yeah,
for half a season, dude, that
yeah,
was a no-brainer. Like we had to have re-signed OG.
yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna do it here from the No Stop Podcast, episode 18. I mean, this one was full of a lot of NBA stuff, but you know it's right around the corner as well.
Next episode is playoff predictions.
Yeah.
And
Oh God, that voice crack.
the and the one after that, we're gonna be full on NFL mock draft season. 7 round New York Giants mock
Yep, be ready for that too.
Yep.
drafts because we're all gonna be doing our own draft for the Giants, but then a collective first round for the whole NFL, which will dictate who we choose for our really well. It'll dictate who we choose for our 7 rounds. But
Yeah.
And
that
we're
is
all almost
all
on
for the
break
next
too.
2 episodes.
Warriors,
Let's-
Grizzlies, Bulls,
NBA
Magic.
playoffs predictions will probably be coming out later this week, and then over the weekend will be NFL mock drafts. We
Also,
will.
Listen,
stay tuned for the 1v1s.
stay tuned in.
Oh, that's right.
When everyone's on break,
Catrone's up 1-0 in the 1v1s,
game
Listen
but I
for
am
two.
coming back for
for all
redemption.
for
One
all my
one,
Oh,
one
okay.
one, 1-1.
stay tuned.
For
Yes.
all my Knicks fans out there, I want to leave you guys with one last message. This is from Unc Shannon Sharp himself, Cade Cunningham, Odell Beckham, Force be reckoned, Knicks in 5.
Ooh. All
Knicks in
right. Well,
5.
that's gonna do it here from us at the No Stop Podcast. We will see you next time. Peace.